Welcome to the Achieving Your Optimal Health webinar series. And this is our second year presenting themes on health and achieving your optimal health. And you can see here on I'm storing all these on the Las Vegas Area Trails site. And you go to LasVegasAreaTrails.com, click on Health Education. And then you see all these amazing webinars that our team has presented. And you can click on any of the webinars. Tonight is Michele Ciancimino, and she is going to be presenting on the value and strategy of detox. So we're looking forward to that. But I just wanted to mention that yes, you can click on any of the webinar links here in our list, and you will be able to see the webinar title, the brief description, the value of the webinar. Why should I be listening to this webinar? You'll see the webinar replay video right here within a day or two at the most following the webinar. So we'll have the replay video, learn more about the speaker. And then also underneath this, there are webinar slides and webinar notes. I won't show those now because we're going to let Michele show those in a minute. But just want to let you know that you can go to LasVegasAreaTrails.com, click on any of these links, and see some real quality webinars from our team. I am so proud of our team and the quality they've shared. And tonight, Michele is going to share on the strategy of detox. And here's the thing. At this time in history, with COVID out there, I think I heard tonight that there are 20 states where COVID is on the rise. Nevada is one of them. And so we definitely are beyond this. And one thing is for certain: if you strengthen your immune system, that's got to help in some way. And Michele's going to talk about detox and strengthening your immune system. Very, very timely. Michele is a certified fitness nutrition specialist, holistic health coach, and a graduate of the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And she designs custom nutrition plans for busy individuals based on their unique DNA. And that's really cool to imagine that you can have a custom nutrition program based on your DNA, and that all nutrition programs aren't a one-size-fits-all, because we're all different. Michele gets into that difference with her clients. And she was an attorney at one time, and her story is really interesting, that her daughter had a life-threatening disease, and Michele left being an attorney after she tried a number of things through traditional medicine to help her daughter, and then found some more substantial help through natural medicine. And maybe she'll share that at some point. And she was so impressed with what she found that she actually left being an attorney and went into natural medicine, which says a whole lot about who Michele is, and how her information and what she brings to us comes from personal life experience and from a crucial need that she experienced. So at this point, I'm gonna turn it over to Michele and let her take it away, and let's learn about the value and strategy of detox. Let me unshare the screen. And Michele, I will let you share the screen, and it's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I'm excited to present on this topic because, as you said, it is really timely. With everything going on, and we're recording this during this whole pandemic, nothing is more important than boosting your immune system. So I actually created a course called the Immune Rescue Plan. I spent the first month of the quarantine doing that because I know how valuable that information is going to be for people and to help them through this as we get back out there in the world. Having a strong immune system is going to serve you well. So I developed a course based on that, and detoxification is part of that. So I will go ahead and share my screen. Okay.
All right, I see it.
Hey, see it? Okay. So, as you said, we all hear the words toxins and detox and detoxification, but I thought it would be really good to kind of explain, what are toxins? What is detoxification? How do we manage toxins in our lives? So, um, best place to start is the definition, right? Um, Toxins are actually poisonous substances that are capable of causing disease when you introduce them into the body. They are all around us. So everywhere from the air we breathe, the chemicals in our packaged food and pesticides that are sprayed on them, heavy metals, chemicals in personal care and cleaning products, EMFs, which are electromagnetic fields that come from our cell phones and our computers, and even your microwave and appliances, you can be exposed to EMFs. And of course, exposure to a high volume of toxins can impair the ability of your immune system to fight invaders. In my course, I talk about how your exposure can just reduce your white blood cell count, or not white blood cell count, but your white blood cell activity by like 40% when you're exposed to like a huge volume of toxins. So you're really doing yourself a disservice if you're not trying to minimize these toxins in your life. Toxic load is a term that they use to refer to the volume of toxins accumulated in the body at a given time and the burden that it's putting on your body system. So your body's ability to get rid of those toxins is going to be really important. And I've heard it said a lot, and even by doctors, medical doctors, that you don't need to detox because your body is made to do that on its own. Your body knows how to detoxify itself. And that is true. However, we are exposed to a huge amount of toxins that the body just gets overwhelmed. Your body wants to detoxify, and it is made to do that, but the overwhelm that all of these toxins put on your system just becomes too much for your body to do that efficiently. So when your body's overwhelmed trying to just do these sort of management functions, it doesn't have energy left to repair itself and do the things it's supposed to do. It's so busy trying to manage the toxic load. So one interesting fact too is that toxins are actually stored in fat tissue. Your body harbors fat tissue as a place to kind of hide and store these toxins so that they don't affect your vital organs. So sometimes when people are trying to release fat and not having success, it's because they're not releasing the toxins. They're not reducing the toxins in their lives. So by reducing your toxic load, you can reduce your body fat. That's one way to attack that. Um, so we talk about toxins all around us. They're in all of these different places, but what are they doing to our bodies? So being exposed to a high volume of toxins, as I said before, can impair your immune system. A lot of these toxic chemicals are actually also endocrine disruptors. Hormonal disruption can occur when you're exposed to these toxins. So And that includes things like lowered sperm count in men and thyroid and other reproductive kind of issues, liver and kidney damage, respiratory complications, which, as you mentioned, my daughter has something called cystic fibrosis, which is a respiratory disease. It's a genetic disease. And of course, I'm going to limit anything that could cause any respiratory distress. And not only for people with respiratory issues, but anyone. Why would you want to introduce something into your home that's going to possibly cause respiratory distress for anyone? Also diabetes. I saw a doctor speak recently, and he said that toxins built up in the body, actually some of these chemicals attached to the insulin receptors. I couldn't think of the word insulin receptors. So they prevent the sugar from getting into the cells. So you develop insulin resistance. So these toxins can just go all over the body and wreak all kinds of havoc. So even autoimmune diseases and cancer can be linked to exposure to toxins. So it's a really serious thing. The first place to start in managing this is your awareness. Where are the toxins hiding in your life? They're in your home, your personal care, but what specific products are they in? Air fresheners, and I have to give special attention to air fresheners because I had seen a series, I can't remember what the name of it was, but they discussed the fact that air fresheners and the chemicals in them, and this includes plugins and those Glade plugins, and I'm being like an anti-advertiser here by naming the company, but plugins and all of those sort of stand-up kind of air fresheners, they actually work not by changing the quality of the air, but by actually affecting and deadening the nerve receptors in your nose. So you can't really smell or detect these odors. So it's not that your home doesn't smell like cats anymore, it's that you can't smell it. So why would I want to introduce that into my body? That's a neurotoxin. It's affecting my nervous system. So that's one place where absolutely you have some control. You don't need to introduce that into your home. So had to give a special shout out to air fresheners. But also, excuse me?
Doesn't COVID do that also? COVID also deadens your senses.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah,
So,
and
wow.
that little picture of the tree hanging on your rearview mirror.
Yeah. Oh my
That
gosh.
also has that same type of effect. And then anything that you clean surfaces in your home with, insecticides, things like Roundup, your deodorant, so your personal care products, deodorant, perfumes and soaps, cosmetics, moisturizer, hair care, skin care, nail polish, you name it, there are toxins in those typical grocery store bought products. So here's a great statistic. Women put an average of 168 chemicals on their bodies every day. So that is like, when you think head to toe, what are you washing your hair with? What kind of hair gel are you using? Are you using hairspray? What did you wash your face with? What's in your moisturizer? It's every single thing, your deodorant. And some of the common toxins that I want to just point out to avoid are things like BHA and BHT, which are preservatives that are often found in those products. Coal tar, which hard to believe that something like that is also in your moisturizer. Formaldehyde, which, as we know, is what they use to preserve dead bodies. And I always remember in biology class the smell of formaldehyde on those animals that we had to dissect. So those kinds of things. That's in hair dye, nail polish and remover, soaps, and just all kinds of things. PEGs, polyethylene glycol, that is also used, I believe, to make antifreeze. Triclosan is in some antibacterial soaps, but it's an endocrine disruptor. Parabens and phthalates are also estrogen mimicking chemicals. So your body gets confused and it just doesn't, it detects them as estrogens, but they're false estrogens. So the whole balance of your hormonal system can be thrown off by consuming these. And by the way, your skin is like a giant mouth. I mean, you absorb 60% of those chemicals that you are spreading on your skin. So it's not, it's as if you're eating this, and you know, just putting it on your skin is just as bad. It's just your body is still absorbing those things. So doesn't mean just because you didn't put it in your mouth that your body didn't absorb it. And then the cleaning products too. These are the things I would suggest looking at your labels and avoiding. Ammonia is in so many cleaning products. Chlorine is very toxic and it's linked to thyroid disruption. Anything petroleum based. Remember Vaseline, like those kinds of things, like petroleum jelly. It's like, when I never thought about that in relation to like, okay, this is something you might put on your lips because they're dry and cracked, but petroleum, it's like petroleum in all these products. Why would we want to wipe down our kitchen counters with something that's related to gasoline? And then your kid comes along, puts their sandwich on the counter. You know, it's a scary thing. So sodium hydroxide, perc, which I can't pronounce that long name, and again, parabens and triclosan. And so that's one area. Another area, and I could go on and on because there are so many places where we're exposed to toxins, but one other important one is cookware. There's a lot of people that still use Teflon or that non-stick cookware. And Teflon actually was discovered as a byproduct of Freon production. So again, we're back to, you know, chemicals and things used for cars, gasoline and Freon, and why would we want these things near our body? So something like Teflon, when it's heated to a high heat, emits some fumes and chemicals that are dangerous to the body. So that's one thing you want to do, is to always cook in stainless steel or glass for baking. And also BPA in your plastic containers. I always suggest not storing anything in plastic, and really trying not to even eat out of plastic containers, because that leaches into your food and actually not only is dangerous as a chemical, but it destroys the minerals in your food. If you're bothering to eat healthy food, we don't want to minimize the nutrition that's in there. So if you order takeout and you get things in plastic containers, I always suggest just putting them into glass right away. And if you have leftover, just store them in glass containers and stay away from anything BPA related, because as you see there on the slide, BPA is responsible for kidney and respiratory damage, cancer, diabetes, and birth defects. So that's another scary source of toxins that we have.
Throwing that plastic container into the microwave, turning it on, and that's got to release even more toxins.
You're right. Yes, and microwaving, that's probably a whole webinar or two on that. But yeah, that's not the healthiest practice. And yes, when you put the plastic in there, you should never reheat in plastic. So these are some kind of alarming statistics that I found. This poor baby in this picture. Babies today are born with approximately 280 chemicals in their body. When they test umbilical cord blood, these toxins are found, and that's an average. 180 of these are known carcinogens, and over 200 are neurotoxins, so toxins that affect your neurological system. So when you think about in our country how there are so many chemicals, the European Union has banned 1,300 different chemicals from use in their cosmetic products. The US has only banned 11 of them. So we are exposed to a far greater amount of chemicals than people living in Europe. So it's going to come down to awareness, because if the FDA is not going to act and protect us by limiting or banning these chemicals, we have to just be good stewards of our own health and have the awareness to avoid products that have those kinds of dangerous chemicals. And moderate estimates suggest that we're exposed to 700,000 chemicals on a daily basis. So that's from your personal care products. We talked about women being exposed to almost 200 of them just before they walk out of the house in the morning, but then you're exposed to everything else throughout the day. Mercury is another scary toxin, and I know most people know about that as far as the silver fillings that we all had when we were younger, but mercury is much more prevalent in the environment than they used to think. So that can be found in batteries, fluorescent light bulbs, LCDs, latex paint, and several other places. So it's just important to know where that's coming from and what to avoid. Okay, so in my immune rescue program, I have a quiz. Now the quiz is about 50 questions. These are just a few of them, and it's the Are You Toxic quiz. So asking yourself some questions like these: do you drink soda or energy drinks? Do you use that Teflon nonstick cookware? Do you use antibiotics and over-the-counter meds? Do you use plastic containers? Are you using conventional cosmetics and cleaning products? And do you suffer from brain fog, low energy, and constipation? Those are all side effects of, as I said earlier, your body is so overburdened by these toxins that it doesn't have the energy to repair and just give you energy. So if you're relying then on energy drinks, which have artificial sweeteners, oftentimes, which are also neurotoxic, it's just a cycle that you need to get off the hamster wheel and start to take control of what you're exposing yourself to. So, so what is detoxification really, and how do I know if I need a detox program? So, as I said, we can all benefit because we are all exposed to things. Some of us more than others. There are places where you can take control. But detoxification really is just the process of making some significant changes to your lifestyle that will help clear your body of toxins, and so that you can have optimal function of your body system. So that's kind of where I suggest starting. I start with more of a nutritional approach. If you mobilize all of these toxins by doing a very strict detox, but you don't escort them out of the body, you're sometimes doing more harm than good. So it's really important to go slowly and to use some kind of a guided program, because releasing them and mobilizing them without removing them from the body, they're just going to settle back into other places in your body and maybe cause more issues. So if you're going to undertake this, a place to start with nutrition. I always start with really good, clean, fresh, raw foods, just simple to digest foods, eating less for a time. So a good period of time for a detox is a couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the program. But starting by just giving the body some, less food overall, but it should be easy to digest foods, things that your body can digest easily so that it can spend more energy to remove the toxins. As I said, it's so overburdened that it doesn't have the energy. So if we give it a little break from difficult digestion, like meat and things that are tough on the body. So like I said, fresh raw foods, plants, green juices, those are all helpful. Limiting things like sugar. So that's kind of the place to start. But the other thing you can do, of course, is lifestyle changes. So exercising, meditating. People don't think about that as being a way to remove toxins, but exercise, it gets your lymph moving, your lymphatic fluid, and that can help escort some toxins out of your body through your sweat and lymph. Making better food choices, and I have cited their EWG, which I'm going to get to in a minute, but better food choices, replacing those personal care and cleaning products, an elimination diet where you're eliminating foods that can be problematic, like gluten and dairy, meat, which is difficult to digest, and incorporating more green juices and raw foods. Dry brushing is a great way to stimulate the circulation and the lymphatic fluid to start moving and escorting these toxins out of your body. And of course, drinking a lot of water. We really should be drinking, they say half of your body weight in water per day, but I think you should even do a little more than half your body weight.
What is dry brushing?
So dry brushing is, it's a very old technique, but you can purchase a dry brush and it's got like a long handle, and you actually can start at your heels and you brush up. You always brush toward your heart with really quick strokes of the brush, and it stimulates your circulation. It also helps remove dry skin, but it's stimulating the flow of lymph and just your circulation of your blood through your body. So you can do from your heels, up your legs, your arms, your lymph nodes, which would be the armpits, like the groin area, and just going up the body and the arms. And it's a great way, even a few days a week, to just get those fluids moving. So that will help with the detoxifying. And then drinking a lot of water as you're doing that as well. All of those things together can help on a regular basis to just keep the toxins moving and support your body in getting them out. And so the main ways that your body detoxifies, these are the main pathways for detoxification. So your liver, kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin. So if those get all clogged up, I always say that the skin is the last place in the body that toxins start to come out. So people who are having a lot of skin issues, I always think that, if they went back and started to do some type of safe cleanse, like a 2 or 4 week cleanse, get those toxins out of those other organs. The skin is the last place. When everything else is clogged, things will start to come out on the skin, because your body wants to do this. Your body wants to get rid of these toxins. So, supporting all of your body systems in removing the toxins by doing a healthy cleanse is a good thing. Okay, so I mentioned and promised to get to this EWG. Have you heard of the EWG before? I don't know if anyone listening has,
No,
but
I haven't.
It's the Environmental Working Group, and this group basically exists to help people live healthier lives and find the products that are going to be the best, healthiest products. So they actually have a list called the Dirty Dozen, and this is a way that I always tell my clients, when you're considering your produce that you eat, look at this Dirty Dozen list. These are the 12 fruits and vegetables that contain the most pesticide residue. So every year the list changes slightly. Some years there are fruits or vegetables that have more toxins or more pesticides remaining on them, but typically it is vegetables like these: apples, strawberries, spinach, nectarines and peaches, celery, tomatoes. So these are the ones, if you're going to, a lot of times people think it's going to be expensive to eat healthy, but following this list is a good way to get the products into your life, or the vegetables and fruits into your life and your routine that are going to be the healthiest. So you can save money by, you can buy organic from these Dirty Dozen and save money on the ones that you don't have to get organic. So the ones that are safe to eat non-organic would be things like bananas and avocados, things that have a thicker skin where you don't consume the skin. So these would contain the most pesticides. So you can avoid some pesticide exposure by purchasing these organically. So they also have a Clean 15 list, and you can go on ewg.org and pull up these lists. The Clean 15 are the 15 produce items that you can purchase non-organically. So they would be the safest. And they also have a sub site on EWG called Skin Deep. And Skin Deep, you can look up any personal care products that you have, and it gives each product a grade, and it tells you if it gives it like a 3, like it's a scale, but it may give it like a lower number, and it tells you why it's giving it that number, like what's in this that could be harmful to you. So it's very educational and a great way to take what you currently have and either trash it or say, okay, this is fine, and start to replace those things. There's even an app called Think Dirty, and you can scan the barcode on any of your products, and it will give it a grade and tell you if it's good or not so good. So there are ways to educate yourself about what products are safe to use. So I want to mention essential oil. So anyone who knows me knows that I love essential oils and what they can do. It's one of the things I found with my family, with my daughter and her respiratory issues and just anything physical, emotional. We rely on these oils for so many things. But one way we use the oils, everybody on a daily basis in my house has citrus oil in their drinking water. Citrus oil contains a chemical compound called limonene, which aids the body in detoxification. So it can help pull those toxins out of the body. So again, it's more support for your body in detoxifying. And it also happens to support the respiratory system, the immune system, the GI function, and cellular health as well. So a couple of drops of a citrus oil in your drinking water throughout the day. It also makes you drink more water because it tastes better than plain water. So that's something to incorporate into your routine. And then I just wanted to give a couple of ideas of how you can actually make your own cleaning products. So during this quarantine, a lot of people were saying, you know, there's no hand sanitizer in the store. There's no cleaning, like everything is gone. All the disinfectant type of products were gone. Well, you can make a lot of these things yourself. So one of the things I make and clean my whole house with is this all-purpose cleaning spray. And you can take a 24-ounce spray bottle, and you can put vinegar, which is antibacterial and helps with mold and mildew. It's just a cup of vinegar, some castile soap, water, and a few drops of essential oil that you like. So that can be a citrus oil, and it gives it a nice scent, but it also helps clean surfaces. So that's an easy thing to do on your own. And hand sanitizer, if you can't find it in the store, this is how you can make your own. You buy a 60% alcohol, you put some aloe vera gel and a couple of citrus oils. There's an oil called On Guard, which helps boost your immune health, and it also kills germs and bacteria on surfaces and can help with that. And so you can mix that all in a little bottle and have your own homemade hand sanitizer. So I love doing that. Each of my kids has one of those. So, and then I just wanted to share that I have an upcoming program, a 14-day detox, and it is really a safe detox. It's 14 days. It's basically a clean eating program where we are eliminating some of those difficult to digest foods. We're eating very clean and simple, but super healthy foods. And it's great because a detox doesn't have to be starvation or severe deprivation. It can be just a healthy eating plan of real whole foods, nothing packaged or processed. I include recipes and sample menus. Yeah, as I said, we're resting and sort of resetting or rebooting that digestive system. It's going to help jumpstart weight loss. You will feel more energy by the end of this, and it's going to give you the framework for some new habits that you can carry forward after the 14 days. So that will be up and running shortly. It should open by the end of the month. So I don't know if we can put a link with this video later. You can let me know how to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
Send me the link you want me to place
okay,
there.
I will do that. Yeah, so I think anyone can benefit from detoxifying their body and just taking control in those areas that we mentioned. You have so much control. Maybe we can't control the air we're breathing when we step outside, but we have control over the products we're using, the personal care, the cleaning products, the cookware. All of those things are within our control. So we do have some power here to limit what we're exposed to and help our bodies along with some of the things I suggested. So that's the end.
Very, very good. Okay. Could you say something about what, how you made the transition from attorney and what you were experiencing in your family that
Of
helped spur that decision?
course. Yeah, you tell my story almost as good as I do, but yeah, I will. I will say that yeah, when my oldest daughter was 2, she was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, and I was practicing law and just not didn't know what to do. I was not prepared for that, of course. No one is for something like that. But I wanted to do whatever I could do to help her. So, of course, any parent would feel that way. You wanna have control of the situation, and I felt like it was very out of control. So I started to find ways that I could feel a little more empowered. And to me, knowledge was power. I could read about the disease and what's happening within the body. I could take her to different types of practitioners and learn what works and what doesn't. So just long story short, over the years of trying many different holistic alternatives, I decided, wow, this is amazing. Some of them helped, some of them didn't, but I could see the benefit. I could so see the benefit to changing my family's diet. We felt, my husband and I, more energy. My kids were not all sugared up. They were eating healthy, and they weren't like running around in circles like crazy like some of the other kids. They weren't all sugary. And so, there were so many benefits. They didn't get sick as much. None of us did. Like, we just started to get healthier, and that was everything to do with diet. So that, to me, is the foundation of everything. And I felt like I knew that, and I knew so many other things about all of these other alternatives. So I wanted to share that with some other people. Like, who can I reach? Who can I tell this to? So that's when I decided I don't need to be an attorney. That's not the way I want to help people. This is the way that I think I can benefit people, by spreading knowledge and just helping people learn how they can take control of their own health. So much of it is within your control. So that's what I've been doing for, oh gosh, I gave up practicing law years ago, but I've been a certified health coach since 2013. So quite a while now, but I love it. It's great to empower people and see them make changes that can change their lives. So that's what we're here to do.
What are the main services that you offer?
So I'm this detox program is upcoming. I have my immune rescue program, and
Mhm.
as I was doing the immune rescue program, I was offering that and donating a portion of the proceeds to a local food bank here in Las Vegas called Three Square. They have a coronavirus emergency food fund, so I was giving a portion of the proceeds from that program to Three Square to help them with the increased demand for food in our
Wow.
Las Vegas area. And then, of course, my custom nutrition programs based on the unique DNA of each person. I work a lot with moms who, being a mom of a child who has a health condition, I really wanted to help those moms because it's a special level of stress and
Mhm.
overwhelm, I would say, when you're dealing with a child like that, because you're so concerned about making the right decisions and the right choices and giving them the best food. And, every choice is can make or break their health. So it feels like such a big, uh, kind of a scary thing. So I want to kind of take that for them and simplify it and empower them to raise healthy kids and to support the ones with the health challenges. And also starting with her, because when you're taking care of a child with a health challenge, your own health goes on the back burner. So oftentimes these moms are stressed out, overworked, overwhelmed, and overweight. And so getting control of her own health so she can then help the family. This, what is the saying about putting on your own oxygen mask before you can help others? So, taking care of herself before she can then be effective at taking care of the family is so important. So that's really my favorite person to work with. Moms, of course, have a place in my heart because I know what that's like, and I especially know what it's like to manage a child and a family where there's a health challenge. So, so the DNA based custom nutrition program, it's a great effective alternative to a lot of other things that are out there. So it gives me the chance to look at every person as an individual and design the program that's right for their body, because what's right for me is not right for you. And some people believe keto is right for everyone, and that just can't be. We're all different. So it's not right for everyone. We all have different bodies and we all function differently. So really dialing it down to what's right for the individual and learning through your DNA what's best for you is it's a lifestyle plan that you can take with you forever, and it's always going to support you because your DNA is not going to change. So you are who you are, and we can get to the right plan for you. So
Um,
it's a good
as
system.
as I listen to what you shared, you have given a lot of real valuable information that is
So,
obviously the result of research and study and focus. And I'm just wondering, is are there places that you provide this type of information? Do you have blogs? Do you have information product that you are thinking of selling at some point? And
well,
um,
I have my
programs?
website. Well,
Mhm.
my website right now, you can look at my website for the programs that I offer. And I do offer complimentary consultation if someone wants to explore how to begin, what custom nutrition and the DNA, what that's all about. I do offer a complimentary consultation so I can share exactly what that looks like for you and
Mhm.
how it can help you. And I also I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. So I'm
Mhm.
always putting helpful information on there. And of course, my website has a blog. I
Mhm.
am always putting recipes and
Hmm.
helpful info on there too. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Because it seems like there's a lot in that well there that can
Yes,
be
there
drawn
is.
from, and just wonder where to where to lower the bucket to,
Yeah, well, the
to get
best
that.
place to start is following my social media, which Facebook is
Okay.
the Goodness Girl, and
Mhm.
it's Goodness Girl One on Instagram, and my website is goodnessgirl.com. So you can reach me any of those ways, and I will share my information with you. And happy to do a complimentary consultation.
Very, very good. Have you ever thought of like what is your legacy that you want to leave? What what is like a next step for you? You've really established something significant in this business. What are your goals?
Yeah, when I think about legacy, I go back to my days as an attorney and I think about, you know, am I leaving a legacy? Like I had three small kids and, I'm just going to work, doing something that I don't really like. And it was okay, but it was just a job.
Mhm.
And it started to, I think when your child is diagnosed with something or anyone in your life diagnosed with something, you start to reevaluate, what am I doing? What impact am I making? Life seems like you realize it's precious and it's short. And, what can I do to make an impact? So, yes, I have thought about my legacy. And if I can help change people's lives for the better by changing their nutrition and their lifestyle, so many people have digestive issues, autoimmune issues, um, problems losing weight, stress, and all of these things, and they just don't know what to do or where to begin. And so working with someone like me, like I can help them navigate that and start to make the right choices for themselves and their families. And if I can take someone from stressed and overwhelmed and unhappy to feeling good about themselves and being healthy and having energy and enjoying their lives, like that to me is like an amazing legacy. So improving someone's health and life. What else am I here for? That's what I feel like I'm here for.
I sometimes think that if um, is what I am doing something that somebody else could do,
Hmm.
and and I could be replaced by someone else that would do the same thing and do just as well or maybe even better. But I when I look at what you're doing, it seems like the answer is no. Nobody else could do exactly what you're doing, and the help, the unique help you're giving, and that is very powerful.
Yeah, I think we all have our unique strengths, right? So we just try and find them and use them.
Mhm.
So that's hopefully what I'm doing. So I'm always excited to meet new people and just help them. It's very powerful to make these changes. When someone's ready and they're motivated, there's nothing better. They're a good student and their life can change.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle. This has
You are
been
welcome.
truly valuable, and I'm going to want to go over this again. I know you gave us a recipe for hand sanitizer way back when COVID was starting and when we had that
Yeah.
shortage.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking, wow, why didn't I like um, put this on a yellow sticky note and stick it on my computer and use it more?
Right.
'Cause,
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I like the all-purpose cleaner.
Yeah.
Um, Truly valuable, and now I'm afraid of everything.
Right. So you need a big bottle of that, like in a holster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Well,
all things there's so much you can do yourself. So
yes. Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay.
It was fun.